Hey guys, so just wanted to do a quick update on the price of gold and what's kind of been happening since this past day because I did a video this morning, little entry, documenting my thoughts on how I thought was going to be happening today for gold, and I guess it's not like my expectations were like that inaccurate. I mean, actually, we did actually end up really testing that level that I was talking about, that kind of key level on the day chart. If we look here, this key level, where the 21 day and the 50-day moving average are starting to meet here. The price really did drop at that point. But I guess one thing that I really failed to recognize earlier today is kind of why it was doing that. And then on top of that, with now Biden's speech, which the news came out that he's going to be speaking this evening in America, or sorry, it's Thursday evening in America? Whatever. You get my point. Or sorry, this evening in America. You realize that, like, oh wow, so it hasn't exactly been such smooth sailing, or like exactly what I kind of was thinking. So like I said, one of the things that despite the fact that I constantly try to remind myself to not forget about yields right now during this time, um, yields have obviously done a substantial run up over the last, really throughout the day, really. But then also since I was really sleeping, and there was the oil news, as well as the consumer confidence data that was released, and all those things. Government bond yields have continued to go up, the 10-year bond yield. So obviously that's had a negative impact on gold. And we're slowly starting to see a bit of a adjustment here coming back down, but especially with the Fed meeting happening later today. And then on top of that, now this Biden meeting that's coming today, it's really hard to say what's going to happen. I mean, frankly speaking, as a beginner, I really can't say that I know. I mean, again, and I was talking about this earlier, but it just seems like so much of the economic news that's coming out regarding the U.S. and just the general global economy is very, very mixed. And there's really just this conflicting narrative going on, again, with what Biden is planning to talk about uh, with this basically additional plan to stimulate the economy with, even more ridiculous government spending. You just really wonder, like, Jesus, like, how is the market going to take this? I'm too much of a noob to really know, and I gotta honestly be trading for a much longer period of time till I can get a better read on these types of things, because this is honestly kind of a historic speech, right? This is his first speech since 100 days of Congress. Obviously, I think Biden has done a relatively good job in kind of getting people uh, kind of thinking positively about the American economy again. But of course, at the same time, just given where we are globally, I mean, who knows? And with inflation going on, it's really, really hard to say how people are going to take what Biden says, and who really knows what Biden is actually going to say. At the same time as well, we have that Fed meeting too, which of course, not much is expected, but from that meeting right now, because the Fed has made it pretty clear that they're not going to do much with interest rates still during this period as the economy is recovering. But how are investors going to take it, especially with the current, or how everything has been moving the last few days? Are people going to really become a bit even more bullish on the dollar, or what's really going to happen? So it's very, very hard to say. Frankly speaking, if I didn't have positions open already, I would actually probably try and avoid the next few hours of trading, just because, man, who really knows? But I do have positions open, like I said. Actually, going back to the gold chart, because we did actually get to that convergence point, I did open another position there because I just thought, wow, the price is just too good to be true. So I opened a position around 1765. Again, guys, I'm still relatively bullish on gold. And it seems like we, at least on the 15-minute chart, we may have even got a bit of a double bottom here. And this definitely was a very, very bullish reversal candle here. So yeah, let's see how it goes. But again, today has definitely been a unique day in terms of trading gold. We haven't had a day like this for quite a few days now. And it's going to be interesting to see how the market reacts to the more macroeconomic stuff and the political stuff that's going on right now. We also have the crude oil news in 45 minutes, so that's another thing to, or the crude oil data, I should say, that's coming out. So that's another key thing to really pay attention for and see how it's going to affect price. We're getting some really, really volatile candles in the last few hours or so, much more volatile than we've been seeing compared to the last few days. So you really know now that the market's paying attention and people are trading the market right now. So this is a time that you can either make money or you can also get down quite a bit of money. So yeah, but I'm not freaking out, guys. I'm just kind of seeing what I'm just going to kind of leave my positions open, see how it's all going to play out. If one thing I will say is that given, especially now with Biden's speech happening, if I do see that the gold price does make its way towards back up to the 76, 78 range, I may consider just closing all my positions and taking my profits at that point. I would definitely be up at that point and up probably at like 1% of my account at least. I don't know the exact percentage, but that is definitely something I would consider to do just because, again, that's really a curveball that came out of nowhere, or at least for me, it came out of nowhere. I wasn't paying enough attention clearly and don't know enough about American politics still. So anyway, guys, just wanted to do that update. This is more for myself more than anything. But if you guys can learn from my fuck ups, that would be really awesome. Give me feedback. Let me know what you guys think. Cool, bro.